Hi guys, it's Ray and good afternoon, and we're doing the second part of the author A to Z tag. This is my sort of male edition of the author A to Z tag, which was created by Jen Campbell, who, as you might see, is the author of the Bookshop book, and also Weird Things Customers Say in Bookshops and More Weird Things Customers Say in Bookshops, and she has a YouTube channel as well, which I shall link downstairs, and to her video as well that she did this tag. But yes, I am now doing, hopefully you might have seen, I have done a sort of female author's version of this tag, since I had 25 of 26 letters, and so I thought I'd just kind of do it with the guys. And the answer is kind of. There's two letters missing and a couple of fudgings to make it work. So yes, I have a lot more female authors than I do male. Like most of the sort of, I think, male authors I have are probably in non-fiction books. A lot of women in my library, which I'm not ashamed of. Just saying. But yes, let's start. First one, I've got them all lined up along the desk, I'm quite impressed myself. First one is Joe Abercrombie, who wrote Half a King. This is like his Shattered Sea trilogy. So yes, this is the first Joe Abercrombie I've ever read. I haven't read any of his other ones, his like adult fantasy ones. So after this, I've finished this trilogy, which I need to get Half a War when it comes out in paperback, and that's going to be pretty awesome because I read Half the World earlier this week, last week maybe, and it was amazing. So yeah, woo for that. Okay, B, we are going for Pierce Brown, author of Red Rising, and the third book for this, which is like Morning Star, because it was Golden Sun, and then Morning Star I think is the third one, and it's like, I think, set on Mars. I got this at Yalc last year, and I haven't read it yet. I should do this, I should really do this. But yes, B. And C, we are going for Stephen Chbosky, author of Perks of Being a Wallflower, and who also directed the film, which is, it's pretty good when you get to direct your own, the movie of your own book. That's how you know shit doesn't get rearranged without your say so. And I don't think I've seen the film. I mean, I got this edition right as the film was coming out. Bizarrely, this is like $14 for a paperback that tiny. What the hell? But very, very good book. And for D, we are going for The Letter for the King by Tonke Dracht. Sana at Books and Quills can actually pronounce that because it's a Dutch name, and I attempt to pronounce it. But this is a translated fantasy novel from the 50s or so. Let's check real quick. Let's have a quick look. Ooh, map. Ooh. First way into my heart is through a map. 1962 is when it came out. But I bought this around Christmas time because I saw Sana's videos talking about it quite often, and this is like the Christmassy version, I think, or there is a different one. I can't remember exactly. But ooh, cover illustrations were done by Tonke Dracht himself. Cool. I'm hoping it's a guy. That'd be really awful now if I've gone and picked this out and then it's oh yeah, that's actually a lady, because that'd be awful. But yeah, I've got to read this soon. I have a lot of books I've got to read. We'll just leave it there. And for E, I have gone for David Eddings, who wrote The Belgariad. This is the first book, Pawn of Prophecy, and this is like from the 80s or so. This edition is not. Ooh, another map. Oh, keep forgetting about maps. 1983. I have all 5 of these, and I have all of the Mallorean books, which sort of follow on from that series. I haven't read them in a while, but they're kind of, it's like sort of slightly like chosen, like Pig Boy chosen one kind of deal, but they're pretty fun. And I have these very funky covers, although they've re-released them recently, I think, with new covers, so that's the thing. And for F, I've gone this same route as Stevie on this one, and I've got Jasper Fforde. And this is The Air Affair, which is the first in the, I don't know what the series name is called, because I'm a terrible, terrible person, the Thursday Next series, I think it is. And I've got, I think, 4 of these books. I think there's 5, I don't know, I've not read the last sort of 2. I've read The Air Affair and my brain is just losing all of the names. Either way, I've read at least the first 2 books of these, and they are very, very fun and very very kind of wacky and lots of kind of like literary like references here, there, and everywhere, and it's beautiful. For G, woo! Well done, Rachel. We're going for William Goldman and The Princess Bride, because why the fuck wouldn't you? Because it's amazing, and this film is like the best film ever. It's like, you can quote almost the whole film start to finish, and it just never gets boring. And the book is amazing. It's because William Goldman, I think, did the screenplay for the film as well, so it matches pretty well. It's been a while since I've actually read this one. I should really reread it for lots of giggles. And I've actually got Kerry Elway's book about, like, I think sort of the making of that, so I should read that. Let's read that. That'll be a good thing to do. Okay, right. Stuff's gonna fall over. Stop that. For H, I have gone for Chris Hadfield, An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth, which is his autobiography, and he is a very, very cool guy. And I bought this around Christmas, I think, again, while I was working at Waterstones, and I had the discount, so I bought all the things. But yes, I need to read more non-fiction, because I don't read as much. I have a lot of it, don't read much of it. So this should be a lot of fun to read. So I'm going to put that down here now. And for I, this is one of the fudgings. I'll warn you now. This is Claude Isner, The Père Lachaise Mystery. This is translated from French. But Claude Isner is not actually the person, because Claude Isner is the pen name of 2 sisters, Lillian Korb and Laurence Lefebvre. So, although it's a bloke's name, technically made up of 2 women. Takes 2 women to make a bloke? I don't know. But yes, this is my I, because screw you, I'm making the rules. Right, and for J, this is like the only J author I have from men, and it is Jerome K. Jerome with 3 Men in a Boat. I don't know why I have this. I bought it from a charity shop, obviously, and I don't understand. I don't kind of remember why I possibly picked it up. It's one of those things. Like, it was just a charity from charity shop. I mean, I love how on the back it used to be $2.99. At some point, this cost $2.99. That's insane. There's a very cool illustration on the front. One day I will read like all of the classics that I own. I own a lot. This next one is another fudging, because it's gonna be like there's nothing on the front of that. The Good Writing Guide is basically compiled of a lot. This is like a kind of distillation of a lot of books written by a guy called Graham King, who did a lot of stuff. It was a sort of by what it says in here. It says because he was a very sort of renowned kind of grammarian or whatever. He did a lot of reference guides on writing and things. So that is my K, because that's the only one I have. So yeah. For L, we are going for David Levithan and Every Day. This is a very orange book, and it doesn't show up anywhere near as fluorescent as it is. And I got this one is signed because I went to David Levithan event like the week before Lee Bardugo. I remember that. That was fun. But yes, I need to read this still, because there's a sequel now. Sorry, Companion more. It's more the other perspective, which Jess got at Yelp and was super excited for. So I hear a lot of really awesome things about this, so I should really get to that soon. And right, this is where stuff's gonna fall down again. For M, we are going for Taran Mataru. Mataru? I don't know, who wrote The Novice, which came out this year, and which is crazy because he's like the same age as me, and that's really crazy. But yes, I need to read this. I found this signed copy I got in Waterstones in Derby, so I was like, yeah. I was like, I don't care if it's hardback, we're buying it. So yes, I have this that I need to read. Like, so many of these, like, I just need to read this soon. I don't know. And for N, we are going for Garth Nix, who is the author of Sabriel and also Clariel, which is the new, it's like the prequel to the Sabriel books. It's set like about 600, 500 years before, and I read this fairly recently. And Lyriel is still my fave. I like this, and it's kind of nice to see how it sort of links in, and also just Clariel is a very cool character. But by the end of it, I'm like, it sort of it sort of ends a bit abruptly. Well, not quite abruptly, but it's just like, oh, okay. But yes, this is if you like Garth Nix's books, of course, go for it, do it. Slight fudging on this one again because it's technically non-fiction again. We're going for Jamie Oliver because I don't have any of the O books. This is one of his cookbooks, Ministry of Food, which I've got a lot of. It's weird. I have a lot of cookbooks. I don't use them like at all. Ooh, broccoli and pesto tagliatelle. I might actually. That'd be actually something quite nice. But yeah, this is the only O male author I have. Don't judge me. And for P, I had to get this book out anyway because it's needed for my my reading list thing. But going for Philip Pullman and Northern Lights. I haven't read these in a long time. I'm gonna end up having to read these because this is one of the books that's on the reading list for my children's literature module. Because it's like it sort of goes into like kind of 20th century like children's fiction. So obviously Harry Potter and Northern Lights get caught in that, and so it's like yes. I need an excuse to reread this series because it's been a long time and I really want to get the new cover, like the new sort of 20th anniversary covers. But it's like, can I justify that? I don't know. But yes, I'm so excited to read that again because it's been a long time. And Amber Spyglass was like a fave for years. Okay, and for Q, I do have a Q for this one. But I've had to kind of reach into this shelf, which is where all my French books are. These are all French language books. I mean, those three there are Spanish, and that's just a Nick Hornby book. But all of these, there's my French editions of Harry Potter up there, and I have a French edition of Looking for Alaska, and some other, there's a Sarah Dessen one as well. But that's one of like my French, like actual French language books that I had to buy for university that I never read. And so the one I've got is Raymond Queneau, Zazie dans le métro, which is a book I bought and I never read. So many other things. And yeah, it seems to have a lot of dialogue in it. But I was mostly getting this for the Q. It's the only Q author I have for men. Can't say much else about that. For R, I have got Mark Robson and the Imperial Spy, which is a fantasy series that came out in like 2006, and I've never really seen many people talking about it, because this one's the signed one. I have it was one of those ones I randomly found signed in a bookshop, and then I was like, oh cool, and then I bought it, and then I was like, I really enjoyed this actually, so I bought the rest, and got a map because it's got a lot of maps. So it's Imperial Spy. The third one's Imperial Traitor. I can't remember the middle one, but it's a sort of quite a fun sort of like YA fantasy series that you don't hear a lot about. And it's got a pretty cool cover down there. That's a pretty cool artwork. Very cool artwork actually. But yes. And for S, we are going for Andrew Smith and Winger, which is a book that gave me a lot of feels, and I'm like, why? But the next book for this standoff is coming out soon, so it's going to be more sort of about Ryan Dean, and I love also the illustrations. Is there illustrations throughout? There are sort of like various diagrams and doodles through the book, which is really, really cool. And it's sort of set in a boarding school, so it's very, very fun. And I just tailed off there. Well done, Rachel. And for T, you know what's coming. This dude, Tolkien, and this is I specifically got out my pretty box set. I got this from a charity shop for like £10. It was still in its cellophane. I was very, very happy about this. So it's got the Hobbit and all of these. Let's just get them out of the slipcase. This is a solid slipcase as well. It's like fake leather, like leatherette kind of stuff on there. Ooh. So these are like I have a whole of the set as well, which is kind of ridiculous. But look at them. That's how pretty. That's how pretty. And I just love all of these. I'm going to try and I'll wrestle those in later. But yes, obviously, T for Tolkien. And I have no U author for the men. There's no U's, unfortunately. If I had any like John Updike? Maybe that would fall in, but I don't have anything for that. But for V, I have one for V, and I have had to go back into the French shelf because I can't remember what the whole of guy's name is. What is it? I just know it's Vercors, and this is Le Silence de la Mer, and it's got some other. It's like Le Silence de la Mer is sort of a short story. It's quite a famous short story, sort of set during the Second World War, about a woman who has like a German like officer or soldier like stationed to live with her like along the sort of somewhere like the Normandy coast, and I bought this book for my French A level. I never used it, but then for my first year at university, one of my my last kind of French module thing, I actually got to use it. I have a French English like opposite version, but I did actually try and read this, and I think I did read all of it, and I really quite enjoyed it, even though it's a very sort of kind of sober sort of story. But yes, Vercors. That is one I got to use. And for my W, I have got Scott Westerfeld and Afterworlds, because this is the only one that was accessible. I do have all of his Leviathan trilogy, which I still need to read Goliath. I really, really love that series, and I've not finished it. And I haven't finished this. I started reading it, and then yeah, look. There's a bookmark there. I got 330 pages in, and then put it down. I don't know why. I was just... I was kind of like in one of those things, like, contempt haven't been grabbing me as much recently. But I will finish this at some point. But Scott Westerfeld. Good times. And, yeah, no X, obviously. No X. Because there's just nobody. There's nobody. And my Y is Rick Yancey, who wrote Fifth Wave, and I've not got the second one of this. I'm pretty sure I don't have it. But yes, it's been a while since I've read this, and I know the film's coming out at some point. So probably will have to do a reread soon-ish, maybe. And last one, you know what's coming. And every time I look at this book, I'm filled with shame, because this is one of the oldest books kind of in my library that I've just not read. And that's The Book Thief by Marcus Zusak. I've had this like since 2009, and I have just not got round to reading it, and I don't know why. I really don't know why. I mean, when did this actually come out originally? So this edition was 2007, but I've probably had this since about 2009, or possibly a bit earlier, and I've just not read it. I really, really need to read this. I might have to take some of these books that I've got and like put a stack together going, you must read these. This is like the last book that's like, if I go into my TBR like collection and library thing and go like sort by date entered, this is the bottom one. This is the one at the bottom by a long way. And it's I feel really guilty. This is like the source of all book shame for me. So I'll have to read that at some point. But yes, this is a much shorter video than the other. Well, not quite. It's slightly shorter than my other version. But yes, I hope you enjoyed this. This is. I don't do a lot of tag videos because nobody tags me in things, because I'm not really a legit booktuber in the sense. But yes, if you fancy doing this, by all means, and I shall obviously have links to Jen's video and also Stevie's video, because I really like that video, because there's a lot of her panicking going, I can't get to these books, which I empathise with, although my shelving situation is not as dire as hers is. I only have to deal with like 2 rows of books, but I did have to get a ladder out to get these books, to get some of these, and so I've got to go back up there to put some of them back, so yeah, that's a fun time. But yes, I shall leave things here. This is like the 3rd video I've done just like this afternoon. I'm doing it to avoid writing, which is terrible since I've not done any writing like hardly all week, and I'm terrible. But yes, I'm going to stop now, and I'm going to go. And I shall see you funky chickens soon. Don't ask me what that was.